Well, we got after the bed, tore it apart, tore it down, ripped it to pieces, shredded it.
This is the box it came off the pickup. I was going to make it a short box, which meant cutting 14 inches out of here and 6 inches out of there. And it seemed like it might be a little more work than that Stepside box that we got earlier. This box here does need some work. Starting with that, yuck. And I like Chevrolets a lot, and that's kind of a cool old rustic looking tailgate, but that's a GMC. I can't have a Chevrolet tailgate on a GMC. I have a different tailgate for it, which we're gonna use. And then there are things like stake pockets that we will delete. The ends here are a little boogered up, and we're gonna put a plate over that, conceal that. There is a little work right there that needs done. A little rust there. We have an old dent here that needs addressed, and that gas filler hole we are going to delete, and a dent right there that we'll have to straighten out. The front panel's not bad. And this side here, there's just a couple minor things. There's a dent right there, another one right here, a little bit bigger one there, but other than that, it's pretty straight. And like I say, just little things like this, capping these off. And I'm really thinking about eliminating this latch setup here and rigging up one on the inside right in here so we don't see it from the outside. My tail lights are gonna go on each side right here on that panel. So that's the project, that's the plan. But basically, we gotta strip all that out, strip the fenders off of it, and get it down to where we can actually sand it and do a bunch of work and like that. Now the left side came off pretty good. Actually, those bolts look like they'd been out sometime recently in its life. I don't know how long. It came apart pretty good. This side here, they all stripped out, which I figured they would. They were Phillips head screw bolts. Not a good combination for an old rusty bolt. So I'll just have to weld on some nuts on there, and then I can just drive them off with a impact. That'll be my next step to get this right fender off. So that's where we'll go next. I'll start welding these on. and try to run them off. So if any of you were wondering what I was doing with the nut and welding, I was taking this button head bolt and welding a nut on the end of it, and it became a regular style nut at that point. Problem is, or the hard part is, getting that nut welded to that bolt good enough to withstand that torque you're putting on it, trying to get an old rusty bolt out. Well, it worked pretty good, mostly, a couple of tries. The worst part of the whole deal is about half of those just broke off. So I'm still gonna have to do some magic, drill them out, tap them, maybe try it again, weld some nuts on there and see if I can get it to come out. Other than that, I got it stripped down, or at least the fender stripped off of it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and tip it up on end and try to take the bolts out of it from the bottom. They're bolt or nuts. They'll probably all break off. I'm just gonna use the impact on them and see if they'll come off. If they come off, great. If they break, I don't care. Anyhow, so we'll just keep going after it. I got the floor out of it. I had to flip her over on its top to get the bottom out, get all the bolts out of it. A lot of rotten wood, a lot of rusty nuts, and yes, I broke about 90% of the nut bolts off in there. So that fender's in pretty good shape now. We can work with that. The other one I'm not so sure of. Just got to looking at it. Got some rust across this upper panel where it bolts onto the side of the bed frame. You just saw this. A little bit of rust here I got to try to repair. Completely separated here. See that? Anyhow, so I'll either have to replace this or replace the whole fender. Just take a look at it and see if it's worth even messing with. Not sure where we're going to go from here. Find out. Well, that ain't coming off. I'm afraid I'm going to break it, so I'll just heat up the nut portion of this. Maybe that'll help expand that nut, pull that bolt out without stripping it out. Either spend a little time now or a little time later. Thing is kind of rolled in here. I'm trying to stretch it back out, pull this kind of back a little bit too here, just to get that back out. It's pretty close now, but I still got to hammer on it some more just to try to get some shape back. Still a little rolled down. It's coming out a little bit. I'm not sure if this is down or this is up, but something a little funky right there. I don't want to beat on this on the inside too much because then I'll distort this body line that's right here. So just trying to roll it back out without creating more work later. That's way better than it was. It was rolled in there pretty good. Might be able to work with that. Get that out of the way. See what kind of trouble we got here. Anyhow, you can see that. Might be further gone than I want to deal with on this.
definitely need to weld some sheet metal on that to put it together. Rusted all the way back to here. I might be looking for another fender here. I don't know. We'll come back to this. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to look for another one or just buy another one. It's a little disappointing. Anyhow, we'll figure that out. The other fender pretty much just needs sanded and maybe a little filler where those dents were that I hammered out. So we'll go from there. I'll try to figure something out with this other fender. Figures. Anyways. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And we'll see you next week, and hopefully we have more fun stuff to do.